Hello, hello, hello. I am excited about the live today. I know I say that every day. I am legit excited about the live today. Let me see. Let me just put this up somewhere. How's the shot looking? All right, I think we're good. All right, y'all. I'm excited about the live today. As y'all can see the topic, listen, I've been seeing this online like crazy. I have to talk about it. I think this is keeping us very unhappy. It's called mental rumination. Let me give y'all a quick definition of what I'm talking about real quick. Listen, y'all, when I start explaining what this is, if you're like, yo, that's me, I go through that, just tell me, just talk to me, okay? I can tell y'all I've gone through this. So it related to me, and I wanted to talk about this because I think this is something that we all go through. All right, so mental rumination is sort of like a loop. The brain sort of takes you through a loop. I just want to get a definition for y'all real quick. Thought I sent this to his phone. No? Okay. All right, let me get a definition for y'all real quick, and then I'll start talking about it because y'all probably looking at me like, well, what are you talking about today? All right, y'all. So listen. Mental rumination is the habit of getting stuck in a loop of repetitive negative thoughts. Really? Thanks, Mom. I think I look crazy. That's why you gotta love mothers. You gotta love my mom. I think I look crazy, and she comes on and says, "You look beautiful, daughter." Y'all know I've been working this body out like crazy, so I feel like I look crazy. All right, y'all. All right, let's get to it. So, mental rumination. Mental rumination is the habit of getting stuck in a loop of repetitive negative thoughts. It means turning the same distressing worry or past mistake over in your mind without reaching a solution. It drains your energy and fuels feelings like anxiety and sadness. Can you believe it? Can you believe that this is mental rumination? Okay, so now it says why it happens. Your brain likes to solve problems. When you face a stressful event, your mind tries to figure it out. But endlessly replaying the scenario, unfortunately, this cycle rarely leads to answers. Instead, it traps you in the cycle of self-doubt. All right, y'all. Let me just say the definition one more time, and then I'm gonna get into my points. And the fact that we have to avoid triggers and avoid doing this. And I'll tell you different things that make us do this, okay? So I'm gonna read it again. Mental rumination is the habit of getting stuck in a loop of repetitive negative thoughts. It means turning the same distressing worry or past mistake over in your mind without ever reaching a solution. It drains your energy and fuels feelings like anxiety and sadness. Mental rumination. All right, y'all. So I want to just get into some things about this. We as people, we are facing things on a daily basis. Like no one's short of some sort of stress. We feel the need to keep talking about it, right? And then the worst thing in the world is we get with other people who want to talk about problems and problems. I talk to you about this a lot, trauma bonding. What's up, Rel? Thank you for the for the love on TikTok. Y'all know I hate trauma bonding. That's something I just hate because it's like the reason that we're cool is because I'm going through some sort of distress and you love talking to me about your problems and my problems and we relate to each other with our problems. What about when things start going good? Eventually you want life to go good, right? Eventually we got to be winning and happy eventually. Yo, it's some people, when you are down and out, they are the best. They get you out of this. They come over. Oh yeah, girl, talk to you about the problem. Talk to you. Then, you want to kind of get off the problem, right? You get to a point where you're like, I'm ready to get off this problem. And they just still want to keep it going and going. Sis, I gotta go, sis. Don't come over today, sis. What? Nah. No. But so Rel said, yes, I hate it. It's depressing, really. It really is. So this mental rumination that we're talking about today is that cycle of worrying about a problem. Like, okay, you made a mistake. You went to the mayor office and this was your moment. And you did something embarrassing. You said the wrong word. You spelled it wrong. Look at the mayor. She spelled Eagles wrong, right? The champions of our city. She spelled it wrong. Imagine if she's replaying that in her head over and over again. That's the concept of mental rumination. And here's the thing, guys. Cousin, the Instagram ambassador, is in the building. Hello. So my mom said, with every obstacle, it's important to come to a resolution and not just push things back in your mind. Face obstacles head on. It may not feel good, but work through it. This is true. Here's the thing, though. People become very, very comfortable in the problem. They become comfortable there. Do not let people who handle, hello, Aiden, hello. Do not let people who handle sort of their lives this way affect you and become the way you handle your life. I'm telling y'all, I wish things were different. We are human. The people around us directly affects us. 6, 7. The people around us directly affect us. It's that simple. We cannot have people in a sense of mental rumination around us. Once you notice it, you can't keep that around you, guys. And I'm gonna tell y'all, people like drama. So people attract to this, unfortunately. In your attraction to this sort of way of being, because it's drama and it's entertaining. So when somebody's constantly talking about problems and constantly, it's attractive. So people run to the drama for entertainment. You keep these people around you tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. I'll tell y'all secrets. This is a safe space. Anybody that I have ever kept around for entertainment, it has always burned me. Always. I never keep people around for pure entertainment. I'm telling y'all right now. You want people around you to have character, substance, loyalty, respect, integrity, dignity. That's what you want around you. I don't need to be entertained. I can go watch a show and get entertained. I don't need a person around me just for entertainment. So here's the thing. When a person is into mental rumination and they're constantly replaying negativity, it's just their way of being. And when you come around, that's all they're talking about. It's just they're in that cycle. That will soon become your life, how you handle things. If you are just coming in here, I'm going to reread the definition of mental rumination, and then I want to get into some stuff. I want to get into some more stuff. But I'm just going to reread the definition of mental rumination so we are all on the same page. I'll probably read this definition one more time before we get out of here, but I do want to reread this one more time. Just so everybody's on the same page. I've been seeing this a lot, and I want to make sure you are aware of the different triggers that can put you in this cycle. We're human. I've been there. I've I've been there. I've been there. Okay. Mental rumination is the habit of getting stuck in an endless loop of negative, repetitive thoughts. It usually involves replaying a past mistake or worrying about the future. Your brain tricks you into thinking you are solving the problem, but you never actually reach an answer. That's crazy. That's like, yo. All right, so my mom said, even when you get to a good place, if you haven't dealt with past trauma, you begin to feel not worthy. And your success, I believe, is called imposter syndrome. I've always been a type of person in any situation to look for the resolve before moving on. I don't like to deal with issues more than once. It makes me feel like I'm wasting my time with constant revisiting. This is true about my mom. This is true about my mom. My mom wants it done and out of her face, like she really does. She'll do anything to just get you up, to just get it done. Yeah. Yeah. She is like that. And here's the thing, y'all. I know when we are kind of maneuvering through life, there are things that we should probably focus on mentally. Like, I'm not saying everything should just be, don't focus on that too long, get it going, get it moving. But if there is a problem, the fastest way to get off the problem is to be in the state of like resolve, you know? Now, some people stay stuck on the same, I mean, it's unbelievable. Like, stuck in the same time period, the same problem, the same, it's like that their mind can't get past that. Now, here's the thing, this is what I want you to be mindful of. As soon as you experience distress and depression, right? Something happened where you were a little low, right? Your energy is a little low, whatever, loss, heartbreak, those things make us go low, right? So when we go low, the first thing people do is recluse. This is the worst thing we can do. Remember this, guys. When you are heartbroken, when you have experienced loss, the worst thing you can do is recluse. It's the natural thing you'll want to do. You'll want to just be away from everybody. Be away from everybody, but get out the house. Reclusion, like when you recluse, it allows mental rumination to really take over. I really want to give you tactics where you are not victim to this mental blockage. Do you understand that no matter how much success you have, if you are a victim of I'm calling you a victim because this is what it is. If you are a victim, thanks for the love. Thanks for the love, Toya, on Facebook. I appreciate that. If you are a victim of this, where you are replaying negative thoughts and feeling like you should have done something better and different, do you understand that you won't enjoy life no matter how much success you have? You'll always torture yourself mentally. I remember, always stay on your side. No matter what you've done wrong, no matter how much better things could have been, or you could have handled the situation better, you stay on your side at all times. Nothing or no one is more important than you in your life. No one or nothing. We're putting other people before our own happiness. Like why are we upset? If you are experiencing loss, heartbreak, do not recluse. Do not recluse, guys. Get out the house. Get out. Go get sunlight. I promise you, you will feel so much better than if you stayed in the house for days and days. Like, I'm telling you. That's grounds for mental rumination. You have to keep the body and mind busy, so that this sort of way of thinking doesn't take over you. If we don't control this, there's no point in doing anything or being successful at anything, because if this is not controlled, this is always going to win. No matter how amazing things should seem. Do you understand that some people don't have much? When I was in Asia, I was just in Asia. Those people are very happy. The average person there is way happier than the average person here. So things don't make people happy if this is not right. You understand? The key component that you have to understand is that when you identify someone as being this sort of person that is suffering from mental rumination, right? We're gonna call it a suffrage. Call it what it is. This is a plague. This is a disease that you sit there and go on and on about negativity, and you do nothing to solve it. You do nothing to get yourself out of it. You are living in distress just by being this type of person. Be mindful of people who are like this. And if you love someone genuinely who is like this, love them. And you can't, let me tell you something, you can't change people. I'm gonna tell you the best way. Don't talk to people, don't preach to people. Just exemplify what you want to see. Be exactly what you want to see. Um, hey Sheena, we are talking about mental rumination. I'm gonna reread the definition of mental rumination again. All right, y'all. So two more times before I get out of here, I'm gonna read this definition. So we're talking about mental rumination. Mental rumination is the habit of getting stuck in an endless loop of negative, repetitive thoughts. It usually involves replaying a past mistake or worrying about the future. Your brain tricks you into thinking you are solving the problem, but you never actually reach an answer. And listen, I'm going to keep reading what this is saying. Why rumination is harmful. It stills joy, it says. Ruminating about a problem increases feelings of sadness, anger, and anxiety. I've talked to y'all about this many times. This is way before I even looked at this. It says it ruins sleep. A racing mind causes insomnia and leaves you exhausted. It says it actually blocks problem solving. Instead of taking action, you stay stuck in a cycle of circular, unhelpful thinking. Wow. Do y'all know if you get into a problem solving way of thinking, it gets you off the problem quicker? Like you can get out of the misery faster? We have to have an exerted, I'm telling y'all right now, mind and body. You have to exert the mind and body. You have to. Give it all she's got. Focus on something, study something, work out, do something. So the brain is not taking over and turning in against you. We cannot have mental rumination and happiness. We can't do it. Sheena said, deep. Yes, I've been there. I've been there too. And see, what happens is until you understand what's happening, right? We have people who we have around us, they want to talk about the problem with us. We feel like, oh, we have a listening board. We have like we feel, but you know, you ever have that friend that's like they love helping you when you're doing bad? Love it. They're the best friend in the world when when everything is down and out and you need to go fight and cut. You need everything is just the worst bottom of the barrel living. That friend is all that. Right. I think I heard Mike Epps talk about this actually. He said like when he down and out, getting high and crying, he said like the friends was the best. But when he starts winning, those same friends, they are not, supportive at that point. Just be mindful of that. That's why I don't really like trauma bonding. Yeah, we can trauma bond, but we gotta get some resolution after that. If your heart is broken and you are experiencing loss, remember, we cannot recluse. That allows grounds for mental rumination to attack you at lightning speeds. You won't be able to control it. You'll think about everything bad you've ever done, how much of an idiot you are. Wow. Please like, comment, and share the video, guys. Please like, comment, and share the video. Thank you so much. My mom said, don't confuse giving into the desires of the flesh with happiness. You have to maintain a relationship with God and lean more into the desires of the Spirit of God. Trust me, y'all, it will give you unwavering focus and clarity so you can be the best for yourself and others. Y'all, this is the hardest thing. We're going to do a live on this. We're going to do a live on the flesh. We're going to do a live on the flesh. Because the flesh is the hardest thing to control. We're at the mercy of our flesh all the time. The flesh wants a whole lot of things. And depriving the flesh of what it wants, these things like mental rumination can't affect us as much. This is true. This is very true. This is very true. You make way less mistakes when you are not giving into the flesh. It's so true. You become such a powerful person when you don't give into the flesh. But it is one of the hardest things to do, mama. Sheena said, I'm getting better by the day though. I'm not trying to play those games. Yes, like you said before, it's a trauma bond. Damn, we was talking about the same time, real ish. And it's okay, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, like, it's okay to, if you have to talk about issues and problems, like you have to, right? Let's brainstorm. Let's figure it out. We got to kind of talk through this with each other. Like we do, you do have to do that. You know what I mean? You do. But at some point, we gotta figure something out. Come on, y'all. All it's doing is making you more and more upset. Or don't talk about it. Hey, listen. If you want to leave it this, if you want to just not solve the problem, right? If you're gonna still work at that job that done stressed you out and they treating you like this and that, and you want to complain about it, if you still gonna work there, deal with it. Don't no sense in complaining. Either resolve it, move on, apply to jobs all the time, or eventually you gotta just deal with it. Y'all, we can't let other people's mental impede on our own. If you are around people who are solution based, getting things done, guess what? You naturally think like that. You naturally don't even want to think about a million problems and keep talking about so many issues that you got going on. You don't even think like that no more. Because you have the power to change everything you're complaining about. Eventually you gotta look in the mirror and say, why what am I gonna do about it? Sometimes though, this whole concept of mental rumination, we're not even aware that that's what's happening to us. So I want you guys to be aware of these things. Do you know so many people are just living in sadness and misery and unhappiness and they have no idea why? And this is just something I just want us to be aware of. This whole concept, affects us the most. Like, I feel like when, like I said, you are mentally stagnant, you are not busy mentally, you're not like studying and elevating, you're sitting around, you're not physically exerting, right? You're reclusive, you're just handling your depression and stress by being recluse. That's when the mental rumination becomes the worst. So I can give you any advice, get that mind and body busy. Get it going into something in a good direction. If I can give any advice, then this won't happen. Y'all, mental rumination is the process of going into a negative loop of thoughts with no resolve in place or even in anticipation of resolve. It's just that loop. It makes you more stressed. It makes you look at what you're attracting to. Like, who's going to be around that? No put together person is going to be around somebody that's like that. Thank you for the love on Peanut. Let me just read some comments real quick. So my mom said people are more comfortable with having company in their trying times instead of trying to work through it. People just want to pacify their pain. They feel it's easier. Growth is uncomfortable. I want to be supportive. I want to be a supportive person. But if it's the same issues, I find myself being less patient. Yeah, my mom. Yeah. You can't come to my mom with the same problem over and over and over. You, my mom's like, "Okay, you can't be telling me about the same problem. It ain't over yet." That's how she is. But it's not the easiest way to be. And my mom has definitely struggled with worrying about the future. That's one of the things that it talked about too, is that you're thinking about things you could have done better and then you're worried about the future. That's mental rumination. You're never just mentally okay because your brain is putting you into a negative cycle of thoughts. We have to be mindful of this, y'all. And we have to be mindful of triggers. All of us are triggered by different things. I tell y'all all the time to be mindful of your triggers. This is very important. We have to be mindful of the things that make us feel low, bad, tempted. We're going to talk about the flesh. We have to. I don't like, honestly, mom, that topic about the flesh, people just don't like it because they want to give into the flesh so bad that it's hard to talk about with people. They want to make a reason that it's okay. But I'm telling y'all now, it's so much power in the more, just slowly, guys, just slowly do things that does not give into the flesh. Slowly. Like don't just. And then when you start to see the benefit that comes with it, I think that will allow you to kind of give up more things, more things, more things. Okay. I don't want you to be so miserable, like, oh, I have to give up everything. I can't do this and can't do that. Like, slowly, and just see the benefit that comes with that. What starts to emerge from you when you do that? All of these things, all of these things just help with the mind calming down. My mom said she's definitely guilty of that. I have to intentionally enjoy the present because my mind is always thinking about what's next. Where are we at on the scale, y'all? Where are we at? One is we are bad at managing this. We are victims of mental rumination. Y'all, look at this as a victimization. Can we do that from now on? Can we look at when you identify mental rumination happening in someone, let's identify it as that person is being victimized by their own mind. That's what's happening. Don't do everything to not let this be you. I gave you some tools for this not to be you. Very simple. You need to get out. You need to walk around. You need to be outside. Do not recluse when you are upset. You need to put the body and the mind. You need to get it working. Too exhaustive for mental rumination. You can't even. And then the benefits you're getting from putting your mind and body to work, I could assure you, it'll limit because you're solving. You're solving. You're in the mix. You're solving. All right, y'all, where we at on our scale? I'm gonna say the scale, and then I want to just talk to y'all. And later in the live, I'll wrap up the mental rumination thing. But I do want to just talk to y'all for a quick second, if that's all right. So the scale is one, mental rumination is something that we are victims to the most. And 10, we are doing a good job managing this. Where are we at on the scale? I think all of us are guilty of this. I don't think people are aware. I just don't think, I don't know. I don't know. Do you know? Just think about it for a second. I remember this with Sheena, actually. I don't know if Sheena's still on here. She might be off. But I remember when Sheena was about to give birth this one time. And we was talking, and I was like, Sheena, it's crazy because you'll think about the labor over and over again before it even happens. You see what I'm saying? Like your body tensing up, thinking about the labor, the anticipation of it, like you just like going through all this anguish. It's like, let's just live it once. Let's just like do it the one time. Like, let's not take ourselves through the future. It ain't even here yet. Might not even be as bad. I don't know. You see how like going through things, even things that we foresee as going to be painful or going to be this big adverse thing to us, like we foresee, like, so we're actually dealing with the pain multiple times. We're dealing with the pain. Let's let the problem be the problem when we get to the problem. Let's let the pain be the pain when we get to the pain. Sheena said, yes. Are you still here? You remember that? Oh, Sheena said I was so scared. Oh, my dear poor friend. Oh, got through it. You got through it. You got through it. It's so interesting having friends that you had for so long. Like me and Sheena have been friends for like best friends for almost 30 years. And it's like crazy how much stuff we like just have survived, have gotten through and helped each other through. It's unbelievable how many phases of life we have helped each other through. It's unbelievable, honestly. It's overwhelming, to be honest with you. It really is. All right, let me read some comments. She just said, yes, we dealing with the pain before we get there. That's so true. Like my mom said, giving birth is scary. It really is. It really is. It really is. Ain't nothing pretty about it. You be like going through it. My mom said, giving into the spirit, I just feel better, more calm. Mom, I'm telling you, yo, yo, I'm so happy. I'm just so happy for my mom. Like she is just amazing. She really inspires me. But she said, giving into the spirit, I just felt better. I just feel better, more calm and peaceful. It makes the desires of the flesh less and less desirable. Yes. I never heard of this topic. I appreciate learning something new. Like, comment, and subscribe. Good friends are a blessing. They really are. They really are a blessing. And what's going on? We are talking about mental rumination today, and it is the act of thinking about negative thoughts in a sort of a loop with no resolve, with no solution. You're just going in that cycle. And we're talking about the damage that this does. This is true though. I'm so happy you are experiencing this, Mom, because the more you say no to the flesh, the more you work out when you don't want to, whatever it is that intoxicants you just don't do. And I know it's hard, y'all. I know it's hard. But the benefits you get from that, and I'm gonna tell you, ultimately, you're just happier. You're just happier. You're just happier when you deny the flesh. It's so true. Oh no. We have to get past temporary satisfactions to get to the more longer satisfactions of life. It's very hard to do though. But let me just talk for y'all. Let me just talk for a second. I just want to talk, and then I'll get to mental rumination at the end to wrap up. But I just want to talk. All right, y'all. So I want to make sure that we are staying on track, right? Remember, we have to analyze who's around us at all times, who we give, excuse me, who we give our energy to, where we put ourselves on a daily basis. This has to be our number one priority. We cannot just be anywhere with anybody doing anything. This could be a direct threat to our happiness, just being anywhere around anyone. Gail, thanks for the love on Facebook. We have to be so, I mean, protective of our happiness. I mean, to the point where we are militant about it. We're no one even tries to attack it anymore because they're like, I can't get through that. You like a natural repellent to predators of happiness, predators of happiness. Because guess what? Some people could be come in a well put together package and they could be just stealing your happiness. But when you are super equipped and you understand the feeling you get when your happiness is being at stake, you are super armored up. Telling y'all, I'm over in Asia. These people have little to nothing, and their energy is amazing. Doesn't mean money doesn't make you have better energy. Money doesn't, I keep telling y'all that money is not the solver to an unhappy heart. It's just not. Being around people that have money is not going to just make you happy. I encourage you, every person that has what you want, right? If you want a happy marriage, you take advice from someone who has a happy marriage, right? If you want a successful painting business, you take advice from someone who has a successful painting business. Whoever has what you want, that's who you should be taking advice from. If listen to me, listen to me. Laughing, smiling will never simply give off the energy of happiness, never. The energy that does not lie. To me, energy does not lie. No matter what you say, no matter what you do, no matter how much you smile, no matter how hyper you get, energy does not lie. So if you feel and see somebody who has the energy that you love, or that you say, wow, they seem happy, you should listen to them. If you want happiness. If you want money, listen to a person that has money. You know, if you want something that someone has, listen to that person who has it. That's one of the things that we have to do. My mom said I have to remember that word, rumination. So it's mental rumination. It's called mental rumination. That's our topic today. And I know I kind of came in left field with this, like mental rumination, but I've been seeing it used on social media, and I'm like, whoa, I gotta hit this topic. If I don't do nothing else, I have to talk about this. Because I think all of us have done this. I don't think not one. There, it's so hard to be human and not do this. I think the only way to keep it at a minimal is to have the right people around you, to kind of have the life that's set up to not let this take over, to not be a victim of this. This is victimizing people. It's not. It's not real. It's something you're creating. It's not real. You're creating this loop. Problems are going to be problems, right? Sometimes we need to talk about it, brainstorm it, solve it, whatever we got to do. Sometimes we do. Here's the thing, Bucks. You being a troll, but you got the number one badge. So thank you. So thank you. Like, y'all don't even understand that you helping me out, even though you think you trolling. So, like, what's up? That's what I do. I do goals and trolls every day at 7. Listen to my song. But anyway, all right. So my mom said I have to remember that word rumination. I like to learn new words and throw it out there in conversation. It makes me feel smart. That was funny. Hello, the Game Brothers. What's going down? Hold on, y'all. Let me get to this comment. Revaluing in pain and misery makes some people feel good. It's true. Unfortunately, I can't see the comment. Sorry. Unfortunately, that's their reason for living. Some reason why the genre of blues music is so likable. I'm sorry, the comment just was not visible for some reason. Yeah, yo, this is a comfortable place to be for people. Like legit, this is like a comfortable place to be. Like just to sit in a problem. It feels good to people. It does. You have to look at to what damage. It's almost like it feels good to kind of sit in the problem. It does, right? Solving it, you're almost mourning the problem. Like, oh, I don't have something to kind of focus on now. Let's see how sick the brain does us. But if this is all you've ever done, you don't know any different. You don't know any different. You just stay in your talking about it, the problem. Oh, you won't believe what he did to me now. Oh man, he done came, he had a whole other woman again. Oh man, he done. You just complaining and complaining and complaining about the same problem for 100 years. You either going to deal with it, live with it, or solve the problem. If you say, you know what, I'm gonna keep this, just do that. That's all good. That's all good. If you're gonna keep it in your, if you're not gonna solve the problem, I'm cool with. That's all good too. But keep it and keep it moving. Like talking about it, making yourself upset every time you bring it up, you're just damaging yourself more and more and more and more. When you're a victim of mental rumination, you are putting yourself through the damage over and over. You are your worst enemy. You are your own worst enemy. You are killing your own self. I tell y'all all the time. I tell y'all all the time. People will forever never be defeated by an opponent. Most people will always self defeat. Always. I don't know what it is about human beings, but they figure out ways to just make themselves just as damaged as possible to themselves. They do this to themselves. You defeat yourself. My mom said my dad and his brothers used to love to sing the blues. Angel, what's up? She just said, real rap, mom. All right, Angel. Angel's asking, what is mental rumination? Let me just give you, yeah, this is a perfect time to re-say the full definition in the live because we are nearing our ending. All right, y'all. So I'm going to give y'all the definition of mental rumination again. Mental rumination is a mental habit of getting stuck in a repetitive loop of negative thoughts. It means turning the same distressing thought over and over in your mind without ever finding an answer. It is like having a broken record of a sad song playing in your brain. This thing is giving me different. Wait, it didn't say that before. Yo, this thing is giving me different definitions, but y'all get the point. All right, so it says why it happens. Your brain tries to use rumination as a tool to solve problems. It tricks you into believing that thinking about a bad event will help you fix it or protect you the next time. However, unlike healthy problem solving, rumination just makes you feel bad without taking real action. All right, let me just say these last couple things. The problem with rumination is bad moods. Dwelling on negative things makes you feel more sad, angry, or anxious. Less energy. It uses up brain power that you could use for daily tasks. Sleep issues. Ruminating thoughts keeps your brain awake at nights. So, mental rumination, yeah, that's crazy. This thing is giving me different definitions every time I look it up. But mental rumination is that loop that we go through, that negative loop of rethinking a problem, normally from the past, and also foreseeing a problem in the future. And your brain is like worrying and worrying and worrying and worrying about the problem or what you could have did better, said better. Like you're torturing yourself. And I look at it like you are whoever's experiencing this, and we've all experienced it. You're a victim. You're a victim to your own brain and your own self. How sad is that? How sad is that we are victimizing ourselves so much? You have to, guys, no matter what you do, is get on your side. Saying no to the flesh helps you get closer to yourself and your spirit. It does. I'm just so happy that the messages my mom said today, because that's exactly what happens. You are way happier when you say no to the matters of the flesh. So much happier. It's just unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. And you don't realize it until you do it. You're like, oh my God, like you're laughing more, you're doing more, you're more excited, you're planning more. Mm. I'm gonna tell y'all, in these lives, I just think about how much people are suffering, and it makes me get an instant feeling of suffrage. Like it does, like because so many, it's very hard to put all these different things in place and all the categories I talk to you guys about in life that we have to stay very militant about and focused on. It's hard, but yet so simple. It's just simple things that we can do to kind of like avoid our triggers, to keep the right people and the right mental stimulation around us, to keep us in a mental state that is beneficial to us, right? There are things that we can do, but there are some people who have never ever thought this was like this is like you just said, it's a way of life so much for people to be negative that being positive is just too uncomfortable. It's so uncomfortable. I don't even want to, like, this is too much for them. The average person does not want to think about ways of being happy or positive, or they don't want that. That's not fun. That's not drama. It's not like it's like people have become happy living in sickness, mental sickness that is making them unhappy. But it's a comfortable feeling for people. Do you understand that if you are in a place where you have no one around you that is positive, you have to be isolated until you do. You have to, or you will be poisoned. You will be so negative just because you are fighting the isolation so bad, right? You might not be able to get out of it. You might look at that as super normal, as being into these negative environments and being around negative people. It's not. I can assure you, I can assure you, the people who are happy, getting everything done in life, I can assure you, they are repelled from somebody who is complaining and negative. I can assure you. I can tell you right now. They're gonna be very smooth because they don't have time to make you feel bad about you or anything like that. They're gonna make you feel good while you're in their presence. They're gonna make you feel good. It's so good to see you. You look amazing. That's how they're gonna dismiss you, real smooth. So in order to even get around positive people and people who are winning, you gotta be somewhat that to attract that. Everybody's sitting around like, oh, I want this type of man. I want a man. I want a girl. Man, I want my girl to cook clean. I want her to do this and that. Man, I want her to do. What are you to attract that? talked about friends. If you want great friends, you gotta be a good friend. You gotta be a great friend. There's no way you're gonna have and hold and keep a friendship if you are not a good friend. It's like we are sitting back wanting things without becoming who we are, who we need to be to get that. Thanks for the follow, Evelyn. I really appreciate that. We have to exemplify what it is that we want. We don't preach to people and tell them anything. We exemplify what it is that we want. We embody what it is that we want. The whole purpose of my platform is to get you from wherever you are to more happiness. If I was a miserable person not winning, I don't think y'all would listen to me. I don't think I would. I had to exemplify and work on my continuously work on myself. Like I encourage everybody. The benefit of working on yourself and what comes from that is just unmatched. There's never an ending to the work that you can do. It becomes so addictive of how better and better you can get and more you can focus on. The issue with everybody is they want to focus outward on everything. It's so much easier to focus on what everybody isn't doing. That's the worst thing you can do. We have no time. If you listen, y'all, if you follow my page and you are working through this with everybody on this platform, listen to me. Your focus is here. You don't have time to think about what no one else is doing. You're too consumed here. This is taking up every millisecond of your life. It's too rewarding not to. That's what we need. We need everybody to get consumed with being better versions of themselves. Now, when I say this, when I say being consumed with yourself, I don't mean it in a very selfish way where you're just spending frivolously on your own self and you are being just wasteful on yourself. I don't mean that. I mean focusing on yourself where you are becoming the best version of yourself. Mentally, physically, how you respond to things, how you avoid your triggers, how you put the people in place around you that's going to make you a better version of yourself. How you do the hard work, looking at triggers, y'all. It's not, I know I say this loosely, it's not exactly easy. You got to look at maybe traumas or what has happened to you in the past that makes you respond to things like that. That's hard for people to divvy through. Now they got to remember how they were abused, or then they got to remember the pain. So instead of looking at triggers and avoid and being aware of them so that you can handle and manage yourself and the things around you better, instead they're reactionary, they're negative, they're blaming everybody else. They're going through that cycle. I can assure you living like that will keep you in constant misery. Sheena said, preach, Key. Okay, yeah, I am talking. I ain't even like looking at the comments. I thought it was called overthinking. Is this a clinical definition? That was me in my 30s. Yeah, this is it. Instead of people wanting to do anything internally, it is so much, it's just easier to say, well, they're gonna take me how I am. They won't. They won't. And if they take you how you are, people regurgitate back to you what you are. So if you have not worked on yourself and you are just hard to deal with, arguing all the time, acting crazy, that's what you're going to get back. So you sit there and say, "Take me as I am. I ain't change. I ain't changing. I ain't this and that." That's only to your dismay. It's not like it's hurting nobody else. It's only hurting you. You're saying that as if you're hurting everybody else. No, you're just hurting yourself. I'm just here talking to y'all in a way that I just want to make it clear that it's up to you. It's up to you to give you the life that you want. It's not going to be found in anything else outside of you. No matter how much people try to find it everywhere else, it ain't there. Mm-mm. I just want everyone to get on a rewarding path of focusing the attention inward. And once you start feeling that reward, I just don't think you'll ever handle things differently, honestly. Gail, I see you switching platforms. Everybody does that. Everybody goes from like Facebook to Instagram. All right, y'all. So let me read some comments. My mom says some people are not looking for resolutions. They just want to revel in the pain. Some people use trauma as a way to receive sympathy. This is true. Listen, y'all, people can complain as a hustle. I've said it all the time. Complaining is a hustle to get out of stuff, to complaining is a hustle. Don't be hustled. Don't be hustled. Some people become victimized to keep them from doing the real work on themselves. Find the one positive thing in your day. The fact that you woke up today is a reason to start each day on a positive note. Be grateful. Misery doesn't allow you to be anything to anybody. You are only satisfied with pacifying the misery. It can be frustrating to be triggered and thinking that you were past that. Life is about growing through obstacles, not just going through them. I just want to say it one last time. The work you do is for you, no one else. And the purpose of me even talking about this so much is because the more you are ignited mentally, the more you receive out of life, the more you can put in. If we have a lot of people who are living the life that they want, it becomes a better experience. It becomes a better human experience. The issue is we have everybody that is just devastated. Everybody who is stuck in different parts of life and time frames and losses and things didn't go the way they wanted to. They missed their one shot, their one opportunity. I can assure you, if you do the work on yourself, if you are valuable in that arena, you'll be valuable in many others. I can assure you that. Do not look at yourself as that limited, that was your one opportunity. Who you are, who you become is the money, is your ticket to everything. What's up? What's up on Instagram? All right, y'all, let me read this one last time before we get out of here. So we were talking about mental rumination today, and I'm just going to give that definition one more time. So it's the habit of getting stuck in an endless loop of negative, repetitive thoughts. It usually involves replaying a past mistake or worrying about the future. Your brain tricks you into thinking you are solving the problem, but you never actually reach an answer. To me, you're a victim if this is happening to you. And you have to do everything possible to get yourself off of this. My mom said, the more I learn a better way or easier way, I want to share. Y'all, we have to be mindful of being victim to this. If you are feeling bad about something that happened to you that you've done or made a big mistake, or you feel like you've done something so bad, remember, you want to stay on your side at all times. You never want to go against you. Don't recluse. Keep positive people around you, or be alone. If you are not around positive people, guys, be alone. Everything that's not is a threat to your happiness. We can't play games with this. We have to condition our minds to be on our side. Thinking about problems and negativity is not helping us in no capacity. It's just making us more miserable. This loop is not helping us. I can stay there with you for a second. I can do it. I can, especially if I love you. You're my dear friend. I'm gonna stay there with you as long as you need to. I really am. But see, we as people know who people are for real at heart. Like we know who people are. We know, like, all right, let me help this friend till they get through it. I know that they're a problem solving type of person. Let me just kind of let them vent. We know that. And we know the people who are just not going to solve nothing. They just going to vent and that's it. We know what we're dealing with people. We know. All right, y'all. So mental rumination is our name. That's the name of our topic today. And please don't become victim to it. If you are experiencing this in any way, or you are around people who are experiencing this in any way, be mindful that they are victims and you are being victimized yourself. Once you start experiencing happiness, guys, you won't let anybody attack it. I promise you. I love y'all. I will see y'all on the next live. Any topics that you want covered, please put in any chat that you are looking in from or inbox me. My mom said I always love being myself. It gives me time to being by myself. It gives me time to continue to do the work on myself. It really does. Being alone is so powerful. It helps you to understand yourself a little more. It is so important to be alone until you reach your people. It really is. Because you could be blocking your people by keeping the wrong people around you just out of sheer loneliness. How sad is that? Your people are coming. Can I reassure y'all that? Your people are coming. Your great friends, your significant other, all that is coming if you're doing the work on yourself. They're coming. Having the wrong people around you is no way to build yourself up. It's no way. It's impossible. It's like all the work you're doing is just being basically like drained out if you are around the wrong people. We're only human. We can't beat this. This is what it is. All right, y'all. I love y'all so much. I'm going to get out of here. I will see y'all on the next live.